let's dive right in. Think about how often we simply take our voice for granted. From casually greeting a neighbor to clearly articulating a complex thought at work, communication is absolutely fundamental to your identity and your relationships. But what happens when that ease is suddenly compromised? Today, we're going to explore exactly what communication independence actually looks like in practice and how targeted therapy can profoundly change your daily life, giving you back the power to connect. We're going to walk you through how our team at American Wellness Center helps adults regain that crucial independence. So, have you found it harder to express your needs lately? We always start by asking this because, well, in our experience at American Wellness Center, we know firsthand just how incredibly frustrating it is when a chronic illness or disability starts to impact your ability to share your thoughts, follow a fast-paced conversation, or honestly just manage daily tasks. It can feel so incredibly isolating. In fact, we often meet patients who tell us they've completely stopped going out to family dinners simply because the background noise makes it way too exhausting to try and chime in. If that sounds familiar and you find yourself withdrawing from social situations because the effort is just too high, I really want you to know that you are absolutely not alone. And that brings us to a core philosophy at our clinic. We believe, deep down, that every person deserves not just to survive, but to truly thrive. We want you to stay connected and independent. At American Wellness Center, we don't just look at a medical diagnosis on a chart. We look at you, the whole person. We are deeply committed to ensuring that your voice and your autonomy are protected. No matter what medical challenges you're facing right now, we firmly believe that everyone deserves the practical tools to live a rich, fully engaged life. We are here to help you not just get by day to day, but to truly thrive in your everyday interactions. Now, to tackle these complex communication challenges, you really need a robust support system in your corner. That's where this number comes in, over 60. Here at the clinic, you aren't just getting one isolated therapist. You are tapping into a network of over 60 highly qualified, Western-trained clinicians who have been supporting thousands of patients since we first opened our doors in 2016. That represents an absolute wealth of collective, evidence-based knowledge. Our professionals have dedicated their entire careers to providing compassionate care, which means we have the shared expertise to handle even the most nuanced and complex cases that walk through our doors. And because we have such a large integrated team, we're able to offer over 20 different medical and therapeutic specialties right here in Dubai Healthcare City. You might be wondering, why does that matter so much for your communication? Well, speech simply doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? By having neurologists, psychologists, and nutritionists literally right down the hall from our speech and language therapists, we can look at your health from every single angle. This completely comprehensive approach ensures that absolutely nothing falls through the cracks, allowing us to build a recovery roadmap that addresses your physical, mental, and nutritional well-being all at the exact same time. Let's define exactly what we are working to protect. When we talk about functional communication skills, we aren't talking about perfect speech or flawless grammar. Not at all. It is entirely about the practical communication abilities needed for everyday life, like asking for help, making decisions, managing tasks, and participating in conversations. It's the practical ability to confidently order your morning coffee, make a quick phone call to schedule a repair, or clearly explain your specific pain levels to a doctor. It's practical, everyday independence. It's about keeping you connected and ensuring you can navigate the world around you without feeling like you are fighting an uphill battle. So who actually benefits from this specialized care? We consistently support adults managing long-term complex neurological or physical conditions. We're talking about folks living with multiple sclerosis, motor neuron disorders like ALS, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, long-term respiratory or cardiac conditions, and chronic pain or fatigue. But why do these conditions affect communication so drastically? Well, conditions like MS or ALS can physically weaken the respiratory muscles you need to project your voice. Meanwhile, dealing with the exhausting impacts of chronic pain can create a mental fog that makes finding the right words just incredibly tiring. Whatever the root cause is, our tailored therapies are designed specifically for the unique physical realities of your situation. What we consistently see with the patients we support are a specific set of hurdles. You might experience difficulty expressing your basic needs, or reduced energy and breath support, like losing your breath mid-sentence, which makes noisy environments completely exhausting. We also see slowed language processing, changes in voice clarity, and limited social participation. We frequently see word-finding difficulties too. You know that feeling where the word is right on the tip of your tongue, but the neural pathway is just too fatigued to retrieve it? It's incredibly frustrating for the patient, but the good news is, it's also highly treatable. These are very real, common challenges that we can actively address together. So, how exactly do we address all of this? Let's move into our expert therapeutic approach. We blend structured, evidence-based techniques with really supportive, compassionate coaching. We absolutely do not believe in a one-size-fits-all model here. Your lifestyle is unique, your living situation is unique, and your goals are highly personal. So your therapy has to be too. We build a highly personalized strategy tailored entirely around your physical comfort levels and what you specifically want to achieve in your daily life. We guide you through a highly structured, proven path. Step 1 is a thorough functional assessment, where we identify exactly what is working well and where you need support. Step 2 is building a tailored strategy. During this phase, we dive into building physical and cognitive techniques. For example, we might teach you chunking, which is intentionally breaking your sentences down into smaller, much more manageable pieces so you can actively conserve your breath while speaking. Finally, step 3 is real-world practice. We do this right in the clinic, simulating things like ordering food, calling doctors, and managing daily tasks. So when you step outside, you already have the total confidence that your new strategies actually work. To achieve those real-world results, our clinicians utilize a wide array of specialized support methods. We focus heavily on voice and breath support for low-energy days, and cognitive communication tasks for memory. If speech becomes too difficult, we can introduce adopted tools like AAC, augmentative and alternative communication, such as sophisticated communication boards or text-based apps, as well as simplified language techniques. And crucially, we don't leave your family out of the loop. Family and caregiver training is absolutely vital because therapy doesn't just end when you leave the clinic. Your family needs to know exactly how to give you the space and time you need to communicate comfortably without ever rushing you or causing unnecessary frustration. Ultimately, when we look at before therapy versus after therapy, our overarching goal is to completely shift your daily experience. Before, you might be dealing with frustration, miscommunication, rapid fatigue, and honestly, social isolation, where simply expressing a preference for dinner feels like a monumental chore. After therapy, we want to recharge you into a space of increased confidence, energy conservation, improved daily participation, and much greater independence. We want to help move our patients away from that isolating feeling of a drained battery and equip you to engage with the world entirely on your own terms. Now, a concern we hear almost every single day in the clinic is, can therapy actually help if I get tired easily? Patients wonder if they even have the energy for it. And absolutely yes, for sure. Conserving your energy is just as important as the communication itself. Our entire approach includes specific energy-saving techniques so you don't burn out just trying to speak. For instance, we often teach pacing strategies. This means learning how to identify the optimal times of day to have important conversations, when your energy reserves are at their absolute highest, rather than trying to fight through the fatigue when your tank is empty. So, why does Dubai choose American Wellness Center? Well, this incredibly diverse community trusts us because we provide compassionate, culturally aware therapy that is tailored directly to your needs. We recognize that living in a fast-paced city like Dubai while managing a chronic health condition is a very delicate balancing act. You're juggling work, family expectations, and your health. Our team understands this dynamic deeply, and our approach is meticulously customized to the unique cultural backgrounds and the practical, everyday realities of the patients who call this vibrant city home. Think of us as your comprehensive care hub because, let's face it, managing a chronic condition often feels like a full-time job. The absolute last thing you need is to drive all over the city for a dozen different appointments. By being conveniently located right here in Dubai Healthcare City and integrating your speech therapy alongside psychology, neurology, and nutrition all under one roof, we remove that logistical stress. We offer incredible flexibility with both in-person and online sessions to adapt to your schedule. We handle the coordination so you can focus entirely on your recovery and regaining your independence, all while operating under strict confidentiality following UAE regulations. So what will your first step toward independence be today? As we wrap up, we really want to leave you with this empowering thought. Regaining your everyday voice is entirely possible. The tools and the team are right here waiting for you. So what step will you take today to reach out and begin your journey toward truly thriving? We are here, ready to support you whenever you are ready to take that step. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into functional communication, and we sincerely look forward to welcoming you to the American Wellness Center.